everyone being here. We have had so many wonderful moments together, everybody in this room, wonderful meals often, a lot of fabulous cooks in this room. People have come from Cape Cod, people have come from the Hamptons, and I am just so thrilled to have people here. Louder, yeah, I know, we're all a little older, our hearing isn't quite what
Use your diaphragm.
you know, being 85, when I was a kid, nobody lived to be 85. I didn't know anybody 85. My parents weren't 85. My grandparents weren't 85. I mean, there was no such thing as living to 85. Smart enough to invite some folks here who are actually older than me. I remember, you know, my mom as a kid, my mom was a riot. I remember coming home, I think it was probably in about the 6th grade, and I came home, I was really excited, and I said to my mom, you know, Mom, I got a part in the school play. She said, oh, Richard, that's fabulous. What part are you playing? I said, I'm playing the part of the Jewish husband. She said, you go right back and tell the teacher you want a speaking part. My mom was a riot. You know, I was reading a book a couple of weeks ago, but a guy was talking about aging. He's a really funny guy. And he said, one of the important things about getting older is limiting the number of doctors that you have to 5. He said, you know, you start going to the doctor, and this happened to me, you go to the doctor, 2 doctors in one day, 2 doctors, you feel like you're on an assembly line. He said, that wouldn't have been so bad if you came out at the end as a Lamborghini, but he kept coming out as a Studebaker. So, you know, you got to be careful about things like that. You know, people say, and people here tonight have said, oh, you look great, you don't look a bit different. Well, let me tell you, I am 1.5 inches shorter than I used to be. I weigh 20 pounds less than I used to be. I probably have half as much hair as I used to have. And, you know, people say, well, you don't look a bit different. Well, I hope I didn't look like this 20 years ago. But, you know, I was so depressed. My birthday was about 3 weeks ago. And I was really kind of depressed about that. And I got out of the shower one day, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I started crying. And I said, you know, I kept saying, you're old, you're skinny, you're ugly. And the tears were pouring out. I'm saying, you're old, you're skinny, you're ugly. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Kathy must have heard me. She came to the bathroom. I said, sweetheart, you need to pay me a compliment. She said, your eyesight's perfect. Anyway, I'd like to see a show of hands. When I sent out the invitations to everyone that I'm 85 and we're going to have I'd like to have a party. I'd like to mostly have my wonderful family here. I have 3 of the most wonderful daughters.
Woohoo!
Their average IQ is probably 3 times Kathy and mine, and we're not stupid. But, where was I? That's what I wanted to say. So, when I sent out the invitation to everyone, I said, well, I'm going to be 85, we're going to have a party, and we're going to have a dinner at the Palm. I want to know how many people, show of hands, how many people would be here if the invitation had said, we're having a party at the IHOP at the corner of 14th and Irving Street.
1 block from me. He has 2-for-1 pancakes.
I don't believe any of you.
What time tomorrow morning?
All right, well, I just have one last thing. One of my favorite Groucho Marx lines. Groucho's leaving a party, like tonight, and he says to the hostess, he says, I've had a wonderful evening, but this wasn't it.
No. Woo! Happy birthday!
This is it. Yes. This is it.
We've had a wonderful evening.
And this is it. You gotta love Groucho. You gotta look at the Encyclopedia Britannica.
No, it's not that long. Well, because I have to. Well, first of all, I would like to thank all of our friends and family who were able to join us tonight, and I'm sorry for those who didn't.
You have to project.
Oh, I have to project more. Okay, this is more personal. Dearest Richard, I have loved you for over 50 years. Passion married with compassion. You have been and are my mentor, my business partner, my caretaker, my stylist. You even helped me pick out this outfit, as you almost always do when we go out at night. You even found my new eyeglass frames. You're the father of our daughter, Jenny. Couldn't have had her without you. You were a prominent Washington surgeon for many years and a wonderful father to 3 terrific daughters, Valerie, Meredith, and Jennifer. You are a loving and devoted grandfather to Ben, Rebecca, Derek, and Carly. And now you're my driver, my golf pro, and my chef. And everyone knows you're a great one. You've also become a talented artist, as many of you know.
Yes.
Continuing to develop your drawing skills as you go along. I couldn't have hoped for a better partner in life. And here's to what the future brings us.
Hear, hear.
Richard, I have a toast, so happy birthday. We should all say it. Okay, I'm going to speak up. I'm going to project. First, let me say thank you from both my husband, Paul Feinberg, and me for including us in this lovely dinner celebrating the very special occasion of the birthdays of our treasured friends, Kathy Alley and Richard Flax. That's what we're celebrating, right? I've known the Alley Flaxes a long time, but not as long as many of you, I'm sure. I mean, some of you probably got naked together as children, or went to medical school together, or got naked together in medical school, I don't know. I've only known them as long as I've been married, so let's see, that's over 35 years. I kind of wonder why after 35 plus years, I still feel a little like an interloper at Alley Flax events. Well, it's because my husband brought them to the marriage. He knew them before I did. I now feel like they were part of the package. And it was a twofer, a threefer actually. I got not only a pretty decent husband, but also the Alley Flaxes and the Goos. They have enriched our lives more than any other wedding presents we received. Let me count the ways. First, The Alley Flaxes are wonderful hosts and entertainers. We had many dinners at their lovely Colorama home where we enjoyed wonderful cuisine, typically curated by the creative Dr. Alley and executed by the talented Dr. Flax. Beautiful art, friendly pets, sometimes a little too friendly maybe, excellent cocktails and hors d'oeuvres, and even that extra special after dinner course once a little reefer. Wait, Jenny, Meredith, Valerie, the grandchildren, I'm just kidding about that. I'm sure someone else brought it, and Richard, Kathy, Bill, and I, we didn't inhale. Second, there are doctors and surgeons at that. It's always handy, don't you think, to have a few surgeon friends in case you need a lobotomy or something? Third, they are beautiful people. You kind of hope, hanging around with them, that some of that will rub off on you. I've always kind of been a little jealous of the Alley Flaxes, to be honest. I mean, who isn't? Kathy is gorgeous, always has been, immaculately dressed, beautiful makeup, beautiful hair, beautiful smile. Hang on. Okay, this is a great picture of
Aw,
Kathy.
that's it.
Let's pass it down.
Aw.
And Richard, so tall and slender, always a fashion icon. Just take a look at this haircut in his earlier days. Pass this around too. But here's the bottom line. Richard is a good man. Didn't he prove that once and for all by marrying a woman who is smarter and better looking than he is? And their talents extend beyond the operating theater and the kitchen. Kathy has such an amazing green thumb. Who has ever seen such a garden as she had in their Colorama home? Or should I say, in and around their Colorama home? People driving by must have thought some crazy person lived there. Or obsessive compulsive at least. I loved it, even though I guess not everyone did.
On the news.
Richard, didn't you all get some kind of citation for violating a DC ordinance or something for all those tall flowers and the planters across the sidewalks from the front and side of your house?
They did.
We did. It was supposed to be a warning, but our DC government screwed it up, and we actually got a
Court hearing.
We went to court and we got there. The judge said, "This wasn't supposed to be. This was just the person who put the thing in said this was just supposed to be a warning." And we had spent months getting people like our dear friends the Conboys and other neighbors to say how much they loved the garden, etc. And we ended up going, spending weeks getting all this together to go there, and the policewoman said, "Well, this was just supposed to be a warning."
Only in
Anyway,
DC.
yes.
What a devoted spouse to actually go to court and appear to oppose this citation. That's pretty good. So they're both very devoted and loving parents. Testimony to that is their children and grandchildren who showed up here today. This chokes me up. And I'm sorry to the grandchildren that I spoke with tonight, whom I embarrassed by our conversation. Forgive me. So Richard and Kathy worked hard to get Jenny, and Kathy and I bonded over that. We shared that journey. Paul and I worked hard to get our children. We've all been through a lot together. It's been a lot of years. I feel very fortunate to be a part of this friend circle. So happy birthday to the Alley Flaxes. May you both have many more.
Two surgeons, a husband and a wife, left us in D.C. for Florida life. They return, bringing cheer to friends gathered near to honor the bands that endear. They garden with skill and with flair, grow herbs that perfume the air. In the kitchen they're bold, making cocktails both new and old, and gourmet feats few would dare. So here's to their longevity, their friendship and warm generosity. May health fill their years, may happiness bring good cheer, and cocktails festoon each festivity. Love and congratulations for both of you on your birthdays. Richard's was earlier, June 4th, and Kathy's, I thought it was the 25th. Is it today?
It's 2 birthdays.
Okay, well anyway.
Just say Kansas birth registry. Enough
Walter
said.
and me both.
Mistake in the Kansas.
All right, dessert.
We have one more. You gonna read yours, Mom? You gonna read yours?
I would like to mention,
I'm gonna
I
put
didn't
my glass right
mention
there. I'll
our
read it.
wonderful
Let me read it for you.
son-in-law, Mark,
You wanna read
because
it
we
right
didn't
there?
think he was gonna be here tonight. And I've been working on this over the last several weeks. But Mark Rogers is our son-in-law, who is just the best. Oh, our son-in-law, Mark Rogers. We didn't expect him to be here, so I didn't mention it, but he is right over there, the tall guy. And I forgot to mention Richard's one son, Max.
Aw, Max. You wanna read it? Alright, we have one more. Go on. Do you see it? You want me to put a light on it?
Well, if I can read this, it'll be a miracle, but I'm going to do my best. Richard Flax turns 85.
Project, Mom. Use your teacher voice. Teacher
Richard
voice.
Flax turns 85. We all know he's still got jive. But instead of cutting people up, he now hits little white balls into a cup. A Renaissance man that is oh so true. Is there anything that man can't do? As a chef, he is. Cameron, you're gonna have to finish this.
As a chef, he creates such lovely meals, from eggs to steak and all appeal. He plates it up with such good taste, and nothing ever goes to waste.
That's for sure.
That's for sure. An artist, yep, he can draw and paint, and he's no slouch, no he ain't. He dresses with such class and taste, and take a look at that svelte waist. A queen he's made of Kathy A. He's been there for her every day. His life is lovely. He's made it so, and on to 86 he'll go.